Um, Ever wonder what happens when a writer tackles a classic not to replicate it, but to truly understand it? Um, Jack Thorne, fresh off the Emmy-winning success of Adolescence, found himself on a unique journey, commuting between the lush landscapes of Malaysia and the familiar grounds of Yorkshire. Which location held his heart? Um, I love both my children equally, he laughs, hinting at the delicate balance he sought in his latest project. Both locations served as the backdrop for exploring a similar theme, the complex inner world of young boys. Adolescence delved into the darkness within, while Thorne's new four-part BBC adaptation of William Golding's Lord of the Flies revisits the chilling tale of boys stranded on a deserted island. Uh, it's a story that has resonated for decades, but Thorne wasn't interested in simply retelling it. The term toxic masculinity often surfaces when discussing the themes in both works, but Thorne believes a simpler term, masculinity, is more fitting. And Golding, he argues, acutely observed the nuances of boyhood, and the new adaptation seeks to honor that complexity. He first encountered the novel as a schoolboy, a well-worn copy stamped with his mother's former school's name. Rereading it as an adult, he saw the characters in a new light. What once seemed like a clear division between hero and villain blurred. He realized the characters weren't simply good or evil, but flawed individuals grappling with their own uh, fears and insecurities. It's not a story about the source of evil, but about the small decisions that lead to the unraveling of a group. It's about the roles that we play, and it's about the echoes of our upbringing. And the idea for the adaptation arose during a casual Sunday lunch with producer Joel Wilson. While a different book was initially discussed, Thorne immediately responded with Lord of the Flies. Memories, however, can be unreliable. Wilson recalls a different sequence of events, a playful disagreement that highlights how differently we can all experience the same moment. Um, it's a fitting parallel to the adaptation's core concept. Uh, and Thorne and Wilson pitched a unique approach to the Golding estate. Each episode would be told from the perspective of a different boy. Piggy, Jack, Simon, and Ralph. This technique, honed during his work on Skins, allowed them to delve into the inner lives of the characters, uh, revealing their motivations and vulnerabilities. It's about, seeing the world through their eyes, understanding their pain, and recognizing their humanity. And the decision to maintain an all-male cast, despite modern sensitivities, was a deliberate one. Thorne and Wilson believed that introducing girls would fundamentally alter the dynamics of the story. Observing his own son and his friends, uh, Thorne noted the stark difference in emotional maturity between boys and girls at that age. Uh, Boys, he observed, were often focused on physical prowess, while girls engaged in more complex social negotiations. Uh, Finding the perfect tropical island proved to be a challenge. Australia didn't quite fit the bill, and after exploring Mauritius, they finally settled on Langkawi, Malaysia. The location offered the remote isolation they needed, with a mountain and jungle visible from the beach. But we really see a lot to characters out there. In many times, you want to talk about like casting certain way. The casting process was exhaustive. They scoured schools, reviewed self-tapes, and invited submissions through social media. They sought unknowns, actors who hadn't been shaped by preconceived notions. They considered over 7,000 boys, prioritizing authenticity over experience. That casting Piggy, in particular, was difficult, requiring sensitivity and a nuanced understanding of the character's vulnerabilities. Ultimately, they found David McKenna, a young actor from Northern Ireland whose performance resonated with the casting directors there. He sent a grainy video through social media, but his spirit and attitude were undeniable. McKenna's casting, along with the rest of the young cast, marked a turning point in the production. Thorne admits, the moment we found David was a time of intense relief. Directing such a young cast required a unique approach. It was about starting from the basics, ensuring the actors felt comfortable and confident, but the results were remarkable. The young actors brought a joyfulness and authenticity to their roles, surprising the director with their talent and dedication. The cast never forgot a line, a testament to their commitment and enthusiasm. While Lord of the Flies may not reach the viral heights of Adolescence, Thorne remains unfazed. He's a writer driven by an insatiable need to create, to explore the complexities of human nature. He admits he's useless at everything else, content to sit in his shed, typing away and hoping for the best. And he jokes, I'm psychologically obsessed with work. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you next time.